Hello, welcome to building the MVR more, because it's not finished yet. And it appears that the view is highlighting a broken junction, which broke because in Service Pack 2 there was a bug in Tiers 19 where if this bit of track was straightened, it would also count as this bit of track being straightened for the switch. This was apparently unintended game design, and so they patched it. So now I've got to click on this bit of track to fix the switch. The tracks as well. So there we go. Right. Changavango, hello. Albastru, welcome. Not many days to go now until the new year. And then it will have been 2023 years since year 0. Year 0, of course, being where the supposed date of a certain man's birth. So, in fact, we're counting birthdays of a dead guy who's been dead for over 2,000 years. Imagine that, turning up with a birthday cake with over 2,000 candles on it, and then finding out that the guy's long dead and actually doesn't even know that you got him a cake. New year, new me. Oh? In what way, new year? Okay, well, all of this looks alright for the moment. I mean, we're going to have to go over all of this anyway when I add in the frogs, but for now it looks good. So, last time. In what way, New Year, huh? I mean, well, 2023. Okay, I see. So, last time, I've already got the file open. Last time, we did the wood chip stuff. So we got wood chips going from over here up to there. Then we've actually begun making a little extension to the fresh pond oils industry, getting some sulfuric acid up to the pulp and paper mill, and then some waste down back to here, getting paper coils from over here over to... did we... We didn't set up that yet. Hold on, didn't I... 1 second. Okay, so we did set up the newspapers in the different towns. But we did not set up the paper rolls yet. So that is something that we need to do. Okay, so where is it? It's down here. Priceless papyrus. Elisa, hello, welcome. VGR, Elisa. Why are you live at this hour, Sheradice? Well, that's the schedule. Because the thing that I have usually got on Thursdays means that I will not be... Well, I'm usually not available to stream before this time, so that's why it's this time. Always 10 PM UTC on Thursdays. Also, hey folks, I'm back. Welcome back. Had some... You seem to be offline error issues. Oh, got used to this new schedule. Yeah. It's been like this for a few weeks now. You working? No problem. It is on Thursday. It is not exactly work related. Well, it is work, but it's not necessarily work. If that makes sense. Before 10 PM, Shiders is a superior. Really? That's the first I've heard of this. I gave in and installed Trainz 2009. Free from N3V, obviously. Oh, 2009 is free? I don't remember hearing about that. Where can you download it from? It's work, but not work, right? Yes. So, let's figure out where the paper rolls need to go. So, the paper rolls are going to go in boxcars. Yes, was for like a year now. Ah. Oh, I think I might have heard something about that, but I honestly don't remember. Right, so the paper rolls will be picked up from here. And then they will need to go somewhere. Either they will go to, I mean, they could go up here or over here or down here, but I think they should go down to New Penzance, to the industrial district here, to one of these industries, because then New Penzance won't have any newspaper stuff that needs to be delivered around. Plus, we've got a lot of industries here that still need to be assigned purpose, so... Right. Their official website. If you're subbed to the newsletter, you get a free copy of Trainz 2009 and a genuine serial key. Ah, I am subscribed to the newsletter, but I don't recall anything about them. Not that I really have a need to run that game, but it's good to know. So, let's decide where this should go. Now, a printing factory tends to be quite large. So, I guess it would be a printing mill. So it could be something like this, for example. JJ Strazel Manufacturing. What is a Strazel? Strazel. Hold on. Is that a thing or is that just a name? Strazel Company, vacuum system supplied by... Oh, so it's vacuum stuff. For more than 20 years now, Strazel & Co. is one of the world's leading manufacturers of ECG vacuum systems. I see. Okay, well, you're now a newspaper manufacturer. Congratulations. Actually, it really fits that it's got the clean house with whatever on there. With if they do if they do vacuum cleaners as well. Anyway, it's really good for me because Adam Stan's 84's now not available anymore. Assets were made for Trainz 2009-2010. Ah, well, congratulations then. Okay, and I also like that this has got quite a long platform. So yes, I think that this shall be the printing service. No, we do not need Genze. Not manufacturer. Newspaper printer. Well, you're still manufacturing the well, I suppose you're well, yeah, sure. So, what should this be called? I mean, I'm really tempted to make a pun with the word propaganda, but I probably won't do that. Even though if they've got ads in there, then it's technically true. But anyway. So, how about... I mean, it could just be as simple as Milton Valley News. But, You're manufacturing the newspaper product by printing ink onto the paper. Probably. Unless you print the paper onto the ink. Milton Valley Times. Actually, I like that. Because it's not just like the Times, it's also the time you spend... Well, for us, spending building the thing, and for everybody else, spending playing on it. So I like that. Milton Valley Times. And this is going to be... Actually, what is the... Hold on, I'll have to check what the paper roll, actually, paper roll unloader, as well as newspaper loader. Now I'll have to count up how many cars worth we've got going out, well, coming in, I suppose. So yeah, it's just paper roll for this one. Okay. 1 second. Product paper roll. And then also, actually, so this will have to be both the paper roll unloader and the newspaper loader, and it's going to be in the same cars, which may get annoying because then it'll unload one thing and then automatically load the other, unless they fixed it in a service patch. But I guess there isn't really a way around that. So, what was it? IGC? No. Hold on. News. Ish. That's the one. Ish. Newspaper. And then let's figure out how many. Okay, so newspaper. So we've got 1 carload going to Clayton Night, so that's 1 carload, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Hold on. That's odd. No, down here it says 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because 1 is 2. That makes sense. Okay, so 7. That's 7 carloads. Let's get the calculator. Each carload holds 7, so it's 7 times 7, which is 49. So size 49. Actually, I want more, well, we need to have more paper rolls coming in, because this is also producing newspapers for New Penzance. And New Penzance is really big. So maybe we could double that number, so that what it takes in, what's it called? It's just called paper roll, yes. Paper roll. So those were 7 carloads. So if we did, although because I'm now thinking the number of wood chip carloads we're delivering per hour, which I believe was 8. So priceless papyrus, 8. Okay, so I suppose you probably would get more because of how the rolls are stored in a carload. You might get more than a carload's worth of paper rolls from a carload's worth of wood chips, because the wood chips are probably more volume filling than the rolls. Plus it doesn't need to make perfect sense as long as it's fun for sessions. So yeah, let's double that. Let's make it 14. Actually, tell you what. Let's have a look at what 14 carloads would actually look like. So let's put them down here first, and then we'll also put them on the priceless papyrus. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a significant number of boxcars, I believe. I mean, although, look, this one does even have that siding there already baked in. So we've already got a siding to put some over. Because the thing is, if we imagine like those little, like that suburb here and that little village town there, those towns up here, they all only need 1 boxcar per hour. And then if we compare that to the size of that city, I think that double, like having all of those other newspapers combined be the amount that we need here, I think is reasonable. Okay, so now let's go over to the priceless papyrus and see what 14 boxcars would actually look like up here. You need to go over to the side, over, hold on. Oh, that's on the probably temp locked layer. Yes. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. 9. Oh, it's because it's, hold on. Let's just put this on the root layer for ease of access. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's correct, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. So this would be the amount of boxcars loaded here. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the amount of wood chips coming in. And then if you imagine several rolls of paper stacked up in here, there's going to be a lot of air between that. Is that going to be too much? Because you see, I do want plenty of boxcars on my trains and also in the main yard over here. So I want there to be lots of boxcars over here as well. And then with those, maybe also getting their own unique paint jobs, we'll see. So you might have some of them having priceless papyrus on them or whatever. Save some for the AI. What do you mean? The player's not going to be the only one transporting all this stuff. But yeah, lengthwise, of course, these gondolas are also longer than this. These are probably like, what, 50 foot, maybe? These are 40 foot. Or we could do maybe 10. So we compromise. Does 10 seem more reasonable to you? I think that's still a good stretch of cars. Let's go for 10. So New Penzance Daily, Milton but direct on newspaper direct on passenger. That's too many in it. Yeah, too many suggestions. The first one was already good enough. Save some for the eye. Definitely, still quite a lot. Yeah, but I want there to be quite a lot. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's good. So 10 carloads. So it takes in 10 carloads of paper, and then it's still, oh, what was it called? Ish? Newspaper, I believe. Yes, bulk product. I'll just copy it. Now we know where all those derelict newspapers are coming from. Yes. So 7 of those. So then it would be 3 instead of 7. So yeah, see, to me that ratio doesn't seem right. If this, hello, Serious Cow King, welcome. Figuring out car per hour ratios. Welcome. How are your Planet Coaster streams going? You said that your next competition is in January, correct? Right, so, because yes, to me that ratio doesn't feel right. So, unless of course we account for the density of the stuff, so that the number here, so that one carload of paper roll does not equate one carload of newspapers. That one carload of newspapers equates less than that. So then basically you get more newspapers per car out of one of paper. I think that that's probably good. That makes enough sense, I think. So let's quickly write this up, and then we'll need to set up the industries. It's going to be on January 28th. Interesting, and that is a Saturday. Okay. What time is that again? Do you know? Okay, so paper roll, we get them from Priceless. Did I spell that right? Papyrus? I think so. Oh yes. 3 p.m. EST. So that's plus 5 hours. So that would be 8 my time, I believe. Right, because we are... Yes, that does make sense. Okay. And for how long are those usually? 2 hours as well? Or is it 1 hour? Okay, so now we've got to set up where all the... Well, I've got to put in where all the newspapers go. So, let's go through the list. So, newspapers. Clayton Heights gets 1 carload. Right. Then Crosswood Junction gets 1 carload. News Towerport Distributions gets 2. I'll just write in brackets 2. And then New Washington gets 1, of course. And then North Asia gets 1. Okay, I believe that might be it. Nope, Silver Falls gets 1. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that adds up. So it's 3, alright, 2 hours to build and then we present afterwards. Could you please post another announcement of it closer to the date? So 3 hours all in all? Yeah, usually 3 hours, yes. Well, it would be really interesting I would like to join for that if I can. I don't know if I will be able to because I'm still using Kango's computer at the moment. And I remember when Kango last tried to stream Planet Coaster, the computer did not like it to the point where it like automatically shut down. So like the screen went black and it like not shut down, but it like almost like a safety thing trigger, like maybe it was overheating or something, I don't know. Because the fans are, I think, quite blocked. So I don't know if I could stream that. But if possible, and if the offer is of course still there, then I would like to join for that. But again, I don't know if I would be able to. Right. Oh, before that, newspaper names. The Skyward Patriot. Do you mean because they died for king and country and are now heading skyward? The Daily Dove. Ah, yes, Papyrus. Oh, yes. Also, I assume you have seen the picture, my latest scrap mechanic build. Depends. When did you post it? And where? You could include the Milton Valley Times in the MVR's release trailer. Like at the start end of it, the classic spiraling newspaper revealing the headline MVR released. That, I don't know if that will fit with whatever I come up with, but it's a good idea. Join as a viewer, or you mean as to participate? I meant participate. If the offer is still there, and if I can do it. Back then I also had far less free disk space. Will probably work fine now. I believe you meant participate. Overclocked the Mega RAM. Something like that, yeah. Yesterday's one. Yesterday or so. What? Oh, that. Intramusk about a day ago. Oh, you mean the green logo? Was that the one you meant? Hold on. I'm not going to show this. Hold on. Actually, I might not be able to. Don't think I'm logged in. No, I won't be able to do that. I don't know. I think I saw it. I don't remember. I'll have another look after the stream. Right. So, this is set up on paper, but not in virtual reality. So, let's set up. Actually, we were getting 10 cars, so we need 70 capacity because 7 times 10 is 70. Tracks. Get this. Load into vehicle. And then the paper rolls need to be dropped off. And now it will consume, nope, it'll consume the paper roll and it'll turn it into newspapers. And now the rate needs to be, hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think actually, no, that won't work. Okay, I think if we... It'll take a little bit over an hour. It'll take an hour and 10 minutes. Because I can't put decimal points in there. So, unless, of course, I did it something like half an hour. So every 180, 1/800, it'll take, well, 35. So, oh, those are tons. Hold on. These need to be units. Yeah, so that works. But then we've got to wait half an hour for it to finish. Well, not finish, to tick over, I mean. Right. Yeah. On paper. Already come up with its name. Ah. Well, if you're interested, there's still room for participants. I'll poke you on Discord when we are closer to the date, either way. Thank you, that is much appreciated. Okay, so now we need to set up the paper coming in over here, which should be fairly straightforward. So, actually, is that already set to items? No, it needs to be set to items. And then it'll produce them from nothing. 1/800. And that needs to be 35. On this track, it needs to load. And then this needs to be 70. And there we go. Need to rename that. Okay, so I do believe, actually, did we set this one up? Yes, we did. Yes, so I do believe that that is the paper stuff pretty much set up now. I guess we could have scrap paper also coming in, but I guess that'll come in by truck. So, yeah, so we've got sulfuric acid and wood chips going that way. Then we've got paper rolls going that way. And then we've got newspapers going that way, that way, that way twice. Then up to here, then up to there, and then up to there. Okay, that's good. So, right. Would it be good if there was a checkbox in Trainz for each object's properties? Hide name tag on map. Yeah, I think so. So, now what do we have left? I mean, obviously I'm going to go through the industries list. Like if I do Command F and then go into industries, I'm going to go through this entire list to figure out what stuff we missed. But I want to go through the main chains now. So what are we going to do next? Well, there is the concrete to finish, because we need to, I don't know if I've already set up, I think I've set up the amount of gravel that comes in and concrete that goes out, I believe. Yeah, so it takes in 20 carloads of concrete. No, it takes out 20, well, no, it takes in 20 carloads of gravel. Sorry, we were looking at the gravel bit. Here we go. So it takes in 20 carloads of gravel, 3 carloads of diesel, 2 general goods, and it outputs 15 carloads of cement, we've decided. Pretty much arbitrarily, but we've not decided where that's going to go yet. So I think we should do that next. Would be helpful for stuff like station sign, name signs, where the name would be visible 6 times or so in the same place. True. Right, so we need concrete to go over here, because here we've got a, oh, hold on, where is it? It's here. Here we've got an unloader for it, so that the concrete can be loaded into these barges and then, of course, covered up in powder form. And yes, I know that they actually do this. I've seen pictures online. Or they did that. I'm not sure if they still do it, but they did do that in the past. So this needs some amount of carloads of concrete for that process. Then we also need concrete to go to some sort of distribution center over here in the industrial district, because of course concrete is quite useful for a lot of things. So I think it would be good having one of these as a distribution center, and then maybe parking a whole bunch of cement mixers or something outside. So yeah, that also needs concrete. And then we could send concrete up to some of these other towns as well. But to me, it feels more like that would be gotten there by truck. Because to unload the concrete, to me, seems like it needs quite substantial infrastructure. Plus, a carload full of concrete, or cement rather, does seem like quite a lot. So, yeah, I don't really think that it would fit anywhere over here. So I think that those are the two destinations for the concrete. Which means we'll have concrete sitting in the yard here, being switched out. We've got concrete on locals that are going over to New Southport. And then it needs to be switched over here as well. So we won't have any of those cars up in the mountains, which I think is reasonable. Unless, of course, they're on trains bound out of the map, which we can, of course, always do. Also, it's probs too late now, but I did find a wharfside crane industry object. I think it's about the 5th last default pick list entry, blue cranes. I can have a look. What you saw in the pick is the front tractor trailer for electroputer, Craiova OAT Team V EMU. Inspired by the CFR Blue Arrow DMU and the electroputer Craiova T EMUs. I don't know what all that stands for. With a hint of RZD ER 200 EMUs. Sounds like you're describing a recipe. Okay, well, let's have a look at this object. You've got a lot of stuff in one pick list. Boxcar, table, this thing? No, that looks like it's a truck of sorts. SAP. Oh, all the way up here. That's more than 5. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's have a look. Oh, right. Yeah, I know this one. I mean... yeah, I don't really think that we need this. Good asset though, but I don't think we need it. So, let's set this up. Let's set up the... actually, let's get ourselves the cement cars first. So that we can then decide how many we want to go to each place. So these are these the 15 ones? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's hide the hiddens as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if that's the amount of cement coming out here per hour of gameplay. So that seems quite reasonable. So let's say 7, maybe 7 cars going up here. Then we've got 8 for the other side. So that would be... wait. Oh, I'm still on the hiddens, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that seems reasonable. And then... so that's about half. course, 15 we can't have half without needing a decimal point. I think that number's good. I can imagine that that would look quite nice over here in the yard as well, being switched out. Of course, we may actually want a little bit more if we want, because this is supposed to be quite a large town, because it's supposed to extend all the way up to here and then over the hill as well with large buildings back there. So, I mean, given the amount of industry that's down here as well. So, it might be reasonable that they may have their own cement distribution facility as well. However, I do believe that we've already set up all the industries down here. Because, alright, no, planks. I don't think we've set this one up yet. We need to set this one up for the planks. That's one thing we need to do before we forget. Although I would catch it anyways, because I'm going to go through all the list of industries anyway. So that one's already got stuff. This one's got stuff. Over here, this one I don't remember. No, this is one of the ways that we wanted more goods to come in. Right. That one's still already set up. That one's coal. That one's set up. We've got this one, which is for intermodal. So yeah, it looks like this has all already been set up. So if I do want like maybe 1 or 2 carloads destined for this place specifically, actually maybe, yeah, because if we want to stick with the 15, we've got 7 coming here, that leaves 8. We could split it half and half between New Starport and New Penzance. However, Penzance is larger and so would logically require more cement, which means that we could maybe split it so that it's maybe 3-5. So this takes 3 cars, New Penzance takes 5. How would that look? So that would be the amount that New Penzance gets, and that would be the additional amount that New Southport gets, in addition to the other 7, of course. So the left would be the entire amount that New Starport receives, with 3 of them going into an industry down here, which might also be good to like break up where they are in the train, so that it's not just one long block of them coming over here, because some of them need to go over to this place, others need to go over here. So then it might make sense for them to be arranged differently in the consist. I think that's good. However, it does mean that we'll need a new industry down here somewhere. Now, where could we fit one in? Let's have a look. I mean, over here looks, I mean, that looks interesting. I mean, if this already is like a government-owned property with the garbage trucks and stuff like that parked outside, then, I suppose it would be private companies doing that sort of stuff. Could be this. Perhaps not. Because I really don't want it to be quite so near to this cement unloading facility, because I want them to go to a different location so that we've got more variety of cars in different areas of the industrial estate. I mean, it could easily be one of these ones back here. Like this one, for example. Only then, how would you get it out? I mean, we could have... Hold on. Let me put that on the temp locked. We could have an industrial track back here. Probably like a short one. Then we'd have sort of pumps along here for it all to be pumped out, and then we could have some of the cement mixer standing over here. But then how would we connect it? Probably using the rusty track, if I can find some. Did I really not use rusty track anywhere down here? Oh, I did use some over here. Very small amount. Right, so over here. How would this connect? I mean, we could have it come over here and connect there. That would mean we'd have to get rid of some of these trees. Or, I mean, that would be too sharp coming over here, having street running back there. Okay, so it really would have to connect up here. So let's move these cars out of the way. Of course, the layer is locked. 1 second. Yeah, so we'll have it come in there. Then we do a tiny little bit of straightened track like this. Well, like this-ish. Needs to be a little bit more sort of like that. Hold on. Actually, I think the way we had it before was better like this. Because I do want this curve to remain quite smooth. And that looks quite good. So then if we have it come in straight like that. Got to put this one back onto... actually, no, I've got a lock temp locked again. Oh wait, did I think I put that on the wrong layer now. 1 second. Yeah. Okay, that was on the wrong layer, now it's on the correct layer. And this can just extend slightly. But I wanted this to move over a tiny bit. And then this probably should go... I mean, this whole thing should probably be lowered down a bit. But I don't think I can change the height of the... Oh, I can! You can change the height of the short multiple industry. Well, that's good news. We'll, of course, need a bumper. Right. There's chat to read. Right, that's good. I found it this morning. Team V stands for, in Romanian, Tren Automotor Electric Mare Viteza. Train Electric Automotor Mare Viteza. Alright. I drew a part inspiration from the blue arrow DMU used by CFR, which we talked about previously, and the Electroputer Craiova 080 TEMU units, which you can read more about here. Let's have a look. Okay, I do not have time to read this now. There was no picture. Thanks. New Southport? Yes, indeed. Star. Star upon Vale here. More pics. Alright, there we go, pics. You just scroll down. I'm looking for a EMU. I don't know if I've already passed it or if it's still coming, because these all look like separate locomotives. Quite good pictures though. I don't know how far down I need to scroll. Maybe if you could just link one image. There are also Trainz of them. Oh, right. Using the same xenophoros, yes. Photos, films, street running. Right. Stream title, MVR, the industry setup. Oh, did you do the stream title? Oops. Yeah. Look at successor, squish liable. Oh, that's good. You passed it. Oh, right. Well, in that case, could you maybe link URL to a specific image then? Unfortunately, one of the 20080 TMV assets still survive, which was restored back in 2035 to fully functional condition with some updated components. Interesting that VGR says this. Okay, let's delete some of these trees and move some of them out of the way. Because I do like the looks of the trees being between here. We just need a little bit more space. Like that. A little bit more space over here as well. So like this. Then we need a little bit of ballast. And by a little bit I mean multiple tons of the stuff. Although, do we actually need that much? We need a little bit of it over here, definitely. But we may not even need that much over here. Maybe just a little light color taps along here. But I actually really quite like the look of this being this rundown. Although for frogs I will need to raise this up slightly. Like that. That should be good. And probably move it over a bit as well. Though no, because we need to fit through the gap. I even like it being overgrown a little bit like that. I think. What would this look like with 3 of these cars on it? Well, 3 cars is a bit much because, well, there's not enough space to unload 3 of them. These would have to be unloaded one at a time. So if we imagine one of these cars being shoved down here with a switcher to then be unloaded, then taken out, probably shoved over onto this line. Although, if we think about, if we think about it, then that wouldn't really work. It would have to come out all this way up to here, and then probably be shoved onto this line, and then we take a second one unloaded, shoved onto the other line, a third one unloaded, shoved onto that line, because we need to come out to unload each one. I think that works good. or rather well. So now let's have a look at some mixers. It is preserved by the European Association for Preservation of Vintage Trains and runs on tourist trains quite often. Nice. Looks good, but I'm not sure about all these trees myself. Wouldn't they want to have clear visibility of the siding at all times? No, not really. It's a private property here. This one is a bit too old, I think. These ones look... Well, these ones may be a bit too modern. But it would fit time... Well, probably... It might fit time-wise. That one... I don't know. That looks quite modern to me. No, that one's definitely too modern. I believe. I don't actually know. Maybe that one. Ooh, that one! There we go. That one looks like what I wanted. There we go. Actually, I'm going to undo those because I think I might have accidentally deleted something else. 1 second. Nice. Okay. UK one. International one. Fiat 500. Mark? Not again. Fiat 500 cement mixer. This one is the one I meant. International one, it? Oh, Mark? Something like that. It says truck cement mixer 01. Let's have a look. If you can tell what it is by this, then congratulations. I cannot. So, I'll want several of these parked over here. Well, maybe actually over here like that. And then I'll need the hoses over here to indicate where you can unload, which should be just there. That's not what I wanted. No, I lost the... Hold on. I think I... Actually, no, did I place them over here? I did place them over here. Good. So they should go, or it should go here to be unloaded. Now, do these actually have, well, it looks like they are specifically designed to drop their load at the bottom, like we have it with the shed over here, well, over there. I could put another one of those in here, but I think I would prefer the look of pumps, honestly, for the powdered cement. Just don't know where they would attach. I suppose, actually, maybe this is... I don't know how these are in real life design, but it looks like there's a valve here. Now, yes, that could be just a handbrake, but I think it's a valve. No, because the handbrake would be up on this platform over here, probably, somewhere along there. I would think. Unless that is the handbrake. But anyway, so it looks like there's a door there. So maybe there is a little port in here that you can attach the pump to, and then open the valve here for it to empty out into the hopper, and then exit there. I think that's a good enough... yeah, look, there's the handbrake on the side up there. I think that's a good enough explanation, reason for me to use the pumps. So we've got some over here. That's International Harvester. The letter I combined with the letter H. Oh. Merged with case and formed case IH. Okay. Resembling the pattern of a H shifter. Yeah. Powder pumps. Now the world has seen it all. I mean, we've already got them for the flour. Why not use them for the cement powder? Okay, so we'll want one there. Oh, that's not. You go onto, nope, not the session layer, please. Temp locked. This one. Actually, you wouldn't really need that long of a hose, really. Let's just line it up. Okay. There we go. Now how does this look from a bit further away? I mean, you could almost looks like they're supposed to connect up into the building. Actually, maybe it would make more sense to have them turned this way. Even though it has to go around the opposite direction. But then they'd kind of have to be in the middle for this to be long enough. Yeah, so you come in here, connect the thing, turn the handle. Because this way, you've got the pipe going into the building, which I don't like that much. And you have all of this slack here, because if it connects right out there. I think turn the other way looks better. At least for this, because we've got, with the space available here, because it would be so close to the building. If you just come in like this, then it's clear that the hoses are supposed to connect up to the hopper. Although then why does it go back that way? I don't know. But I was. Also, are you sure that this is realistic? That the entire load of the boxcar, what boxcar, needs to go through that hose? What do you mean boxcar? I'm sure. Maybe not have the hoses here after all. Well, then the only way. Okay, first of all, over here for the flour and grain, we've already got these cars here being loaded and unloaded via hose, as you can see. So, and these ones definitely already do have the, you can see down here, the attachment points for the hoses, the 3 ones. And if you can unload a car that's this big via hose, and it's got filled with sort of powdery sort of semi-fluids, then you can unload a smaller car with cement powder via hoses as well. The other way you can unload these is, of course, by just dropping it out the bottom, which is how this is going to unload, because this needs to unload so much more. But, right. I suppose, where are the rail replacement buses? Well, we've got some over here. Are these good enough? Right. Yes, and the trains are actually going to run on top of these. They are going to replace them, the rails with these, after all. So, yeah, I think that's good. So, what capacity does this have? Actually, let's rename this first. Let's do cement and mix. Cement and mix distribution. Speed. No, they're US. I mean, this is in the US. Sitcom laughter. I hate those. Every 5 seconds. Wait, the buses or the sitcom laughter? Yeah, true. But the thing is, with the sitcom laughter, you kind of stop hearing it after a while. Especially if you shut off the TV. I don't get why they feel the need to tell you when to laugh. If it's funny, it'll come anyway. I suppose it makes it easier for the writers to write jokes that aren't actually funny, because you'll perceive them to be funny because you hear other people laughing about them. Although I do think it's better to have it than to just have around 3 seconds of silence after every joke. So cement and distributions, I like that name. So what's the actual cement thing? Is it just called cement? Yeah, it's just cement. Cement. We get 15 carloads per hour. Did we have it in one line up here? I don't... Oh, we did. Okay. And we get this from Roger Cereal Co. And then the cement mix distribution needs to be put up here with number of 3 carloads per hour. Right, silences. That's what you give me when I do my comedy routines. 3 seconds of silence. It's like if people just hear the show in the background, they know just from the laughter, oh, this is a comedy show. Wait, so you want the canned laughter? Do you have a can opener? I will not disclose that information. There's a thought. Would you rather be a sealed can which needs an opener blade, or would you rather be those pull tab things like drink cans? Well, I don't know. If it's a can that gets opened with a blade, isn't the top of the can usually completely cut out, like cut off of it? Or is it still stuck to it as part of it? Because I know with the pull tab, if you open it, then it bends open and it stays attached to the can. Right? Question mark? I don't use cans very often. So, cement and mix, 3. Distributions, yes, distribution. So, we'll need to see how much it says. Let's have a look. Yep. Cans. So, cement. And that one is a download, which I will not download. Yeah, that's a download. I don't want to download anything here. So, let's have a look. Times 3. Okay, so that's 69,231. Oh, it's units. Interesting. $69,231, yes. $69,231, yes. Okay, so that needs to then unload. And in terms of how much, divide that by 60. So 1154 basically every minute. Okay, so what are these two? The pull ones are a pain because you have to twist the lid around to get it properly off at the end. The pull tab one. Oh no, I'd rather be a sealed one. Yeah, I get. You get some exercise. Hahaha. Trainz, posted in Trainz of Trainz chat. Oh good, we'll have a look afterward. I can also post here. Please post here, because I'm not logged in on Discord currently. Okay, so this needs to be cement unloader. Okay, and we'll just leave this in the corner for now because that might become important. So now this one needs to unload 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Let's call this one new Starport cement transfer. Oh, there we go. Oh, right. That does look quite nice. I can imagine that train taking me to many beautiful places. Thank you very much. Would you rather be the blade of a switchblade knife or the blade of a Swiss Army knife or bust through? Ah, lovely. Third rail? I think overhead power, because in the second photo you can see that it has a pantograph. If they were reliable, that is. Switchblade knife. Can't see any roof-mounted pantographs. Huh. Swiss ones mind bugger me. How do you open them? Fingernails. Right. Okay, let's, I think we should just keep it simple for this. And this should be cement unloader. And then we need to get the correct size. So how many was this again? 23077. 23077 times 7. 161539. 161539. And then unload. And what's that per minute? Oop, that's not what I wanted. That was weird. Basically 2692. Now, did I actually put that on the correct side for this industry? Yes. Good. Alright. Kangafango, they have pentagraphs if you look closely. I could never get them to open though. I mean, if you ever visit the kind of South Devon area, then maybe I can show you how to open one. No, that's not a threat. Yeah, you gotta pull the bits out. They don't work with trimmed nails, not really well. Yeah, my nails have a little length to them, biased. I think that, I mean, could it be that they maybe had some sort of, actually no, I suppose you would see if they had some sort of tape protection on them, or like maybe a little plastic wire or string or something, like a security thing you need to take out, or maybe like a little plastic thing, like a wedge or something like that, so that they can't be opened, that you need to take it out first and then you can open them. Because out of all the ones that I've used, I've not had any trouble opening them. So maybe there was some sort of safety device on there that you didn't take out before you tried opening them, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time since I first seen or handled a new one. Well, then they just need a little more length to them. Accidentally. No, that's not a threat. Safety lock. Just use a butter knife instead. Swiss Army butter knife. Ha ha ha. Here's some more pics. Let's have a look. Imgur. Oh, right, yeah. Ah. Yeah, looking at those trains makes me want to make a European route set in like maybe the 90s or 80s or something like that. Anyway, so we don't need that yet. Well, still. Yeah, we don't. But let's write this down. So this gets... Hold on, 15? What? No. Cement mix doesn't get 15, it gets 3. 3 cars, not 15. That gets 7. So let's go back up to Roger Serial Co. So yeah, 3 out there, and then 7 to that one. It's 10 in total. So then, if I still want the 8 going into the, new Penzance, then I need to up that number. So, to 18, of course. Because that's 10, so 18. So that makes sense. The ratio is a bit different than what I had originally intended, but that's okay. So let's quickly correct this. Finish this first. What do I mean? What do you mean? This route. I should finish this route first. I mean... well, yeah, I could do that, or I could start a new shiny project. I mean, I think it's pretty clear which one of those is the better option to pick. So, these are 15 cards, correct? Yeah, we counted them. 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so you get this whole cut of cards going out. And I think I do want to have a look at how heavy that is when it's loaded. So we might hop into driver quickly. So, oh, this needs to be, hold on, cement loader. So, oh right, I got rid of the, I need to actually see how much goes into one again. So 23077. 23077 times 18 is 415386. 415386. 415386. Then we need to change the amount per minute. So divided by 60. So 6923, pretty much exactly. 6923. There we go. Now let's just load all of these up. Although actually, hold on, can't you... Oh, what was the... Wasn't there a way you could... Oh yes, look! If you control left click, you can view details in here. Haha, look! Even though it doesn't highlight it, you can control right click on a train or something in surveyor mode and get this menu. Mwahahaha. So, this fully loaded weighs 1780 tons, so 1,780 tons, which I think you will agree is a lot. And I want, by the way, that was a new thing that I showed Slovak Eagle as well, I believe. Yes, it was, because I remember on stream. Anyway, so, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, I want that to be part of a local. So it's not a unit train. Originally, I intended this to be part of a local. So you would have fully loaded ones in here, fully loaded cement hoppers, and then empty gravel hoppers. So then you'd get like a local or something coming from New Washington. That's got probably some empty wood chip gondolas, some loaded paper roll box cars, maybe a couple of the acidic waste tanks already loaded. So you've got a train here, and then that train backs down here and collects the fully loaded cement cars as well as the empty gravel cars. Maybe even might even have some empty general goods / bread cars coming over from there and from here as well, if those go over to that yard siding to be coming back. So then you've got all of this stuff on a train heading that way, which I mean, if this weighs 1,700 tons, more closely to 1,800 tons, that is going to be quite significant, I think you will agree. For reference, let's see how much these two boxcars filled with general goods weigh. 93 tons. So, yeah, we're going to need some serious motive power on this, or we're going to have a dedicated unit train taking the cement cars over to the city, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It could be split up. It could be that if there is a local coming through, it might pick up a couple of these wagons if they happen to already be filled. But the vast majority of it is by dedicated train. So, we'll see. Alright, bye-bye VGR, Elisa. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Right, so. Filters first, yes. Well, they wouldn't be anachronistic. Okay. What's your plan after the MVR, by the way? That's a good question. So, when the Milton Valley Railroad is finished being built, then I need to update some of the scenery, and then once the scenery is updated, then I need to, of course, make the sessions. a few of which I will live stream. The majority of which I won't, because for one thing, it's probably going to get a bit boring and tedious with testing and stuff, which can take hours. But also because I want it to be a bit of a surprise if you buy the DLC. Then after that, I will likely need to spend a significant time in the beta process, which I think is a minimum of 2 weeks, question mark, with the Trainz content creator program, for it to go into the beta process, for people to play it and report back bugs and issues, where hopefully people will remember to or read to turn off parallaxing, which, by the way, I don't actually know if it will be needed. I will see if I'll see if I can have a quick look at the route with parallax turned on, or maybe I'll get Slovak Eagle or one of the people on my Discord server to have a look at it. It will have to be someone trusted, of course. You can run it with parallaxing to see if there are any graphical issues with it. So that process will take a while. And then probably 2 weeks or something. I don't know, maybe longer if I have to fix stuff and then resubmit it and then wait for it to go through again and then go through that whole process. And then after that, of course, I need to make the trailer in there somewhere as well. Yes, and after that, the DLC will be released, and then it'll be finished, and then at that point, technically after the Milton Valley Railroad. However, a lot of that process is stuff that will be happening off stream. So namely the beta process for the Trainz content creator program, and the trailer making, most of the session making as well, and stuff like that. Which means that either I could just not have Trainz live streams for a while, which I don't want to do, because even though it is oftentimes frustrating and sometimes mind-numbing, and even more times just frustrating. Oh wait, no, I said frustrating as well. Anyway, point is, I love making Trainz routes. So I have a route in mind, which I don't want to disclose just yet, because it is a kind of route that really, as far as I know doesn't really exist for Trainz, that kind of route, because a lot of the rolling stock that will be used on those routes are just not available, which is why before my computer broke, actually quite a while before that, I started making my first train asset with the very kind help of the people on the Trainz official support Discord and N3V support as well, because I was having issues with the config files, of course. But yeah, once that is finished, I want to start a route using that rolling stock. What that exactly is, I don't want to disclose yet, because I still need to do planning and actually see if the rolling stock turns out good enough to to use in a DLC, which, by the way, the rolling stock will be free. The rolling stock will be free because I want other people to be able to use it on their own routes as well, because I know that that's what I rely on heavily, so I don't want to have that be payware. But yes, that's what I want to do after the MVR, a new route with secrets. I should really start one of those someday. A European route set in roughly the 80s. PL1 cough. Would you rather matte and reliable, or shiny and prone to breaking? What do you mean? The European route? Or me personally. I mean, the thing is, being a human, I prefer being matte, aside from the eyeballs, for example. I prefer being matte anyways. It makes me easier to look at in sunny weather, for example. And reliable is, of course, my preference as well. If you're doing 1980s, the TEA wouldn't be anachronistic, as they were made between 1984 and 86. I mean, that does fall within the 80s, though. Nice, is it on the DLS? They are not on the DLS, unfortunately, so no can do. Pity. Oh, that is interesting. That is Shadow. Good. I have no idea what it's referencing or referring, but good. A lot of Romanian Trainz content was hosted on third-party websites and was never uploaded to the DNS. Cement pulver. I wonder... Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, I let a lot of chat accumulate here. I wonder why that is. Though most of it is free to edit since the creators do not care anymore. Yeah. Punzistor, welcome. Hello. Sorry I didn't welcome you sooner. I didn't know you were here. I'll probably extend the front passenger carriage of the front tractor trailer. Okay. Where'd you going? Yes. DD-A40X. Let's go. That is too new, as far as I'm aware. What is that from? Like the 70s or 80s? It is, yeah, so built from 1969 to 1971, and that is just a little bit too far out. Plus, this isn't Union Pacific, and this is very much a Union Pacific specific locomotive. Yes, that was fun to say. Ooh, that's a nice picture. Is that on the Keddy Y on the Feather River route? Interesting. I saw you in the users and chat view on the top right. Will there be a non-public MVR trailer coaster session? I don't know. I don't know how I want to do the trailer yet. Also, it's music. Music, yes. 2019, Milton Valley Railroad, OST. Group poll. Group poll for what? For the next route? No. No, I want to do something that I am completely invested in and that I completely want to do. If I made a poll, even if I offered different options, then I would have a favorite of that, or in that I would have a favorite in those options, and then if that one didn't end up being picked, especially since it's such a huge time commitment, I wouldn't feel as happy as I could be, because like, yeah, I mean, this route and this setting is interesting because I put it in there, but actually that other setting seems more interesting. I think I'd have more fun with that one. That's my favorite, but now I've got to do this one because that's the one that was picked. So even though, yeah, so no pull. And that Norfolk Southern Conrail route is started. That was only very small one. I might finish that, I don't know. I mean, that was literally only supposed to be like a triangle of routes. Like basically a line going this way, a line going that way, a line coming back, with a little extension at the end, about just supporting a paper mill. Well, pulp mill and then a paper mill. So that's a very small one. I might finish that because I do want to experiment with small routes in the TCCP and to see how well they do, because at the moment I've only got one, which is the CMR, the Coleman Mountains Railroad, which is a fairly large route. It's got like 80 kilometers worth of track on it. So I might do something like that. But with the new route that I want to start after the MVR, that one will not be made entirely on stream, because I thought, I mean, the MVR, for as much as I love it and love working on it, it is taking like about 3 times as long or more to build than I had originally intended for it to take. So, yeah. You said I could finish the MVR or go for the shiny new route. All right. Yes. 1969. There we go. Union specific MVR repaint for it. I don't think it would fit really. Yeah, polls only work if you don't have favorites yourself. I meant only put stuff in the poll that you want to do equally. Yeah, but I don't think that that would be the case. If I put stuff in the poll, then just by thinking about it, the amount of enthusiasm I feel for the project, I can't balance that equally. Ah, that's what you made this asset for. Oh, is that the waste, the acidic waste? Yes, that is what I made that for. Pop on. Yes. Tenfold what you thought. What? Tenfold what you thought. Sounds about right. I don't know. Up to this point, it has taken about 3 to 4 times as long as I thought. Ish. Anyway, we've still got a few minutes left of the stream. So, yes, the distribution center over here for the cement. Actually, let's grab the cement mixer over here. See, that's the good thing about these streams. You get free Q&A. Actually, why do you get free Q&A? I should be charging you for this. All right, I put it over here. I was thinking, wait, where did I put this industry? I put it over here. Sitcom laughter. No, don't put sitcom laughter in. My joke was actually funny. Okay, so which one of these would be good for cement? My Q&A comes in the form of would you rathers. Okay, so trying to think. Okay, so I'll bust through. Would you rather make your own map in Trainz or make your own map in OMSI 2? OMSI 2, interesting. You're a buzz vegetable, I see. a bus vegetable. Okay. So, in that case, would you rather start your OMSI 2 map in the winter of 2023, before the autumn, so in the beginning of the year, or in the spring of 2023? Technically, a map can be just a tree in a path. True. Okay, so this might be a good... Actually, how many cars? It's 8 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spring, so I don't freeze. Okay. So what sort of... So would you rather use the Optara Solo on it or the Leyland National Mark 1? Whenever that gets finished. Actually, I do think maybe this back here would work quite nicely. It would mean that, for one thing, we can get rid of this building, because I have used this building quite a bit, and it would be good to get rid of the repetition of this asset. Plus, we've got quite a sizable area back here for these ones, or maybe even storage tanks. Plus, we might be able to get in... Actually, I suppose no, we could use this siding to store the cars, because we might need to go... Well, we'd probably have to go with multiple cuts of them. So this is 8 cars. Could these all fit in? No, they couldn't. so we'd have to go with 2 separate cuts of them. So we could use this junction, put a few of the cars up here, then reverse. We'd probably have to reverse all the way back here, shove them into one of these sidings, then go grab the other ones and put them back in this way. So at the moment, this one's winning. There's so many RL routes I want to do in OMSI. Have you ever made a map in OMSI, like a route? Would you rather eat a 1 kilogram potato or purchase a salt shaker capable of holding 1 kilogram of salt? B&H colors. Thanks. BH2. Oh, BH2? What? BH or BH4? Burlington Huddersfield 2? Burlington Huddersfield 4, probably. I think I've already have a giant salt shaker somewhere. Granted, I didn't buy it, but it's around. Oh, I see. It was a wedding present then. That someone didn't want, and so they gave it to you. You need to show that off sometime. They only went up to BH1. So, I think Mark 2 said BH2. No, I lie. No, I lie? No, I lie. I don't lie. Well, I don't lie much. That was a lie. Which one of those? I'll let you decide. Wink, wink. Oh, right. Nice. I've done the terrain for my local route, but no more. So with the terrain, does that include road layouts? Since the roads would have to alter the terrain, or do you mean literally just hills and rivers and stuff like that? Or do you also include like forests in the terrain? Brighton Hove. Oh yes, I remember. You always tell me the difference, but I never know. It's Brighton Hove. The number is just the generation. Makes sense. That was 4, 15, 20, present. Nice. So what did they use between 2015 and 2020? If Brighton and Hove 3 was between 4 and 15, and then 20 to present. So mostly just the front lights grill, really. Mark 2 looks squarer. Also, there's 8 rear lights instead of 6. Well, there's the expert. 15 to 20 was BH4. Ah, I see. So they reverted afterwards. It's always good when you realize that the new stuff isn't as good as the old stuff, so you actually go back to the old stuff. Please do that with steam locomotives if you get a good source of fuel to burn. Anyway, so, like for example, dried microbial mats. So, I think that's, I'll have a look at some of the other industries over here as well, because we might get a better contestant, but we'll see. So, then we come over here. This is definitely going to be general goods, because we've already got the team track over here, so that the cars can come in here, be unloaded this way. This, I don't really want to mess this with it, because I do quite like the look of the building here. And this area is already quite open, so I want a building, like a proper building, to be here. And then comes over here. This is the one where we specifically put these two buildings inside each other to create a longer platform, so I don't really want to get rid of that. And this over on the left is already the paper stuff, the newspaper industry. So then we come over here. This, we could do something over here, although this has already been named. So I don't really want to change that, because that's already been named, so that's a part of the route's history, so I don't want to change that. So coming up over here, I suppose we could have another siding in here, but I really want to use up some of the sidings, well, the industries that we've already got, instead of adding more and 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 more. So over here, this is the breadery. So that's already used. We come over here, we've got this, which I could change that. I could make this be the cement unloading loading station. However, I do quite like the look of that building coming down over the flyover, because you're up on level with that 1, 2, 3, 4th floor, 5th story. And it's quite a contrast with it looking so clean and the other's dirty. So I don't really want to mess with that. This is the, oops, sorry. This is the flour unloading. Sailorcom and Co. That's already named, so I don't want to mess with that. Going back here. This. Now this one we could perhaps repurpose. Although we don't have a second siding in here, which is a bit of an issue because 8 cars aren't going to be able to be unloaded in one go. So if we push cars in here into the siding, then take some of them out, unload them. Although I suppose we don't really need it. If we do it the other way, we can just go forward, unload some of them, go back, drop them off here, go back, unload some more, go back and drop them off. So this actually would work. Now we have another instance of this building over here, which is a point. So that one could work quite well. Then we come over here. I've got this one. We've already got quite a bit of detailing around here. Don't really want to get rid of that one. Then we come back this way. This one we spent a long time making. This has to be some sort of boxcar thing. And then we go off that way. So I'd say either this one back here or where was it? Did I lose it? This one. I'm actually thinking more on the side of this one, actually. Let's see what this would look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think this is good. Because over here, the backside of this building doesn't look very good because of the repeating textures of the bricks. So if we do some sort of switching over here, it's good to have the buildings in the way so that you don't really see it much. So if you're going over here, you've got this unloading. Plus I really like how narrow this is between the buildings. So I think it wouldn't be very good to take this out. Over here instead, we've got already quite a large open area. I could either fit a whole bunch of pumps on here, or we might even do like a drop shed or something like that. And then we could even leave this building here, to be honest, and then just have some of the cement mixer trucks parked over here or something like that. Maybe add a little tank for storage. I think that's good, but we've only got 4 minutes left in stream. But in 2019 they stopped doing any new BH4 stuff, and the old stuff got debranded into BH3. But if BH4 is already designed and but BH4 is already designed. It comes back, e.g. the Geminis. BH3 and BH4 are really similar, actually. Stagecoach group, beach ball. Sorry for distracting you so much. Okay, there's BH3 apparently. Ah, that actually looks quite nice with the wave, I think. BH4. I'm not sure which one I prefer. I think I prefer the BH3 because this is just ridiculous. No, reject. Yeah, close. Yeah, I think I prefer BH3 out of those two, but I need to actually take a look at them. Yeah, so this one has the black swerve thing coming around there and then up over the top there as well. Whereas this one just has it around the back like this. I think I prefer this one. The lighting look, I think the lighting, so I mean, I prefer the more kind of yellowy custardy color of that color here to over here, because that one looks more like kind of bright beige, I would say, bright yellow. I prefer the left one, but the red on the left one is also more intense, so I think it's just lighting in the photo or saturation. But I prefer this one, the one on the right, I think. Although the other one didn't look bad either. BH4 looks much better with root branding than BH3 did, but with a generic livery, both are just as good. I agree. They're not actually a major difference along the side. The livery would be more or less the same, apart from how it wraps around the front, of course. Also, Kango Fango. Ah! Tokyo Open Top Tour. I mean, this is literally, but you can't even stick your head out to the side. What is this? You've still got the windows. You just don't have a. Actually, it looks like the roof can be. Ah, look, it's a convertible bus. You can have the roof slide over the top. That makes sense. Although, of course, with some of the ones in the UK, you've just got the front bit that's got a roof over it and the back bit's open. I remember seeing pictures of that. Scanners think. Right, so the right sort of Gemini 3 exists after all. I was just going to say, it finally exists. I think that right. I'm gonna kind of go over this. New designs are awful, way too boxy. Sorry, Flicker's cookies are a nightmare. Sure it is. I think the colors are identical on BH3 and 4. Yeah, that's what I think is one. Just the lighting in the photo, yeah. Bear in mind, with the BH4 example, the red doesn't go as high because it's a B5, not a B9, so it has a shorter wheelbase. Yes, I know exactly what that is. The colors are the same, yeah. The only difference is the extravagant gradient. But I agree, BH3 is my preferred. The original BH3 style was What's that abbreviation for? No wind. They just tore out the skylight. Yeah, there's a big wind difference when you posted something like the first tour bus. Yes. Anyway, so we've gone past a little bit, and now I need to get a thumbnail. And then end the stream. Let's get a thumbnail over here. Oops, I thought I pressed the... No, that's the right... Hold on, Alt-U, there we go. I thought I'd pressed that before, maybe I didn't. Actually, that car needs to be moved. Probably to like there. Maybe a little bit over to the side, because I want there to be a little bit of a green area between the building and the... There we go, I think that's good. Maybe over a little bit, so put a little bit more of the truck on it. Yeah, that's good. Right. Yes. Rather the old front, though. Anyway, we're for trains, hahaha, sorry. No, that's okay. I'm just gonna... I mean, you can talk about buses all you want. I just might not read out every single message, because it does accumulate quite a lot. And I don't really have anything from that, because most of it just goes over my head anyway. Right. Yeah, I like both a lot, but I'm more used to writing the new one. Very nice. Millennium Viking I've seen in both TYB and RIN W and D1. Of course, the DD Omnicity, of course. Yeah, right. Lighting. It's not in the shade. I like the shade. It gives it a nice bit of contrast. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching and or washing, depending on if you did any washing. No tan in the shade. Yes, I know. Yes. So, with that, yes, tomorrow's Minecraft, yes. Cat Adventure returns. Yes, indeed. Good night, and bye-bye. Oh, this will be archived on YouTube, by the way. So, thank you. Thank you for watching and for typing in chat and for participating like this. Bye.